So another way to figure out elapsed time is mountain, hills, and rocks. So this is in intervals of looking at about the size of the intervals. A mountain is usually a lot bigger than a hill, so that would usually be something like this. It's gonna be my mountain. I know that does not look exactly like a mountain, but it is. Then you have your hills, which are a little bit smaller than a mountain, and then you have your rocks. They're gonna be really small, not nearly as big as hills. So in terms of intervals, it would be about a 1 hour interval for mountains. 1 hour intervals. For hills, you would have 5 to 30 minutes intervals. Then rocks, you would have like 1 to 5 minute intervals because they're tiny compared to mountains and hills. So let's work out a problem. If our start time, we'll say 3:30, and our end time is, we'll do 6:08 again. So you're gonna kind of have to draw somewhat of like a number line. Don't have to necessarily label it, but it's gonna look something like this. So our start time, I'm gonna put ST, and put a dot, is 3:30. So here we can use intervals. So let's go an hour ahead. We'll make a mountain, so 1 hour, and we're gonna be at 4:30, right? Make sure you label this. So 1 hour. Let's do another one because we can go another hour without going past 6 o'clock. So we can do another mountain. So another hour. And now we are at 5:30. So we're getting closer to that 6:08 end time. So now I'm going to make a hill. So I'm gonna make a 30-minute hill, which is going to get me to 6 o'clock. Because remember, if you think of it as a decimal, it's 30 more minutes. So that's 30 minutes. I'm gonna have to erase this and make my number line a little bit longer. So, but I still have to get to 6:08. So I can make just one kind of tiny rock if I want to. Make it tiny right here. And go 8 minutes, right? So now we are at 6:08, 8 minutes. But don't forget, we have to add all of these times up. So I have 1 hour and another hour. I have 2 hours, right? Because I added it in my head. But I also have 30 minutes and 8 minutes that I need to add. If I add those two in my head, I have 38 minutes. So the elapsed time between your start at 3:30 and your end at 6:08 is 2 hours and 38 minutes. So that is another way to do elapsed time using mountains, hills, and rocks. Remember, mountains are going to be your largest, so 1 hour. Hills are going to be a little bit smaller, between 5 and 30-minute intervals. And then you have rocks, which are a little bit smaller than that, between 1 and 5-minute intervals. There you go.